Hey guys, Wet Movie 1 back here again for another Blu-ray DVD update video for you guys today. I have a big old stack of goodness here to talk to you guys about. I was gonna make a big Black Friday haul video, including these movies right here that I got to review, but like not everything from Amazon and stuff like that have came in yet, so I have to wait a couple days before I do my Black Friday haul. So if you guys are waiting for that, wait a couple more days, man. Hopefully the stuff comes in the mail. It's not gonna be a mega haul like previous years, but it's a decent size haul. But guys, if you guys like my DVD review videos, please give them a thumbs up here. Let's get started with it with the first one from Scream Factory. It's their new double feature Blu-ray pack of Dungeonmaster and Eliminators here on Blu-ray. These are both films from the Empire films from back in the day when the Charles Band started before he went to Full Moon and things, or started Full Moon. And these are actually really fun films. I really enjoy the Empire films a lot more than Charles Band's Full Moon films. They seem like they have a little bit more budget to them and a little bit more love and passion, put into these films instead of the Full Moon ones, which seem a little bit cheaper, to be honest. But Dungeonmaster, man, is one of the ones I haven't seen since like VHS style back in the day, man. It's pretty much about this like computer programmer guy. He's like a genius kind of dude working with computers, but every once in a while he has bad dreams and goes into dream states and dream worlds and things. Until one day he gets sucked into one of these dream worlds, and so does his girlfriend, and he's challenged and these different challenges by like the devil character guy. I forgot his name now, but he's played by Richard Moll, from Night Court and things, and he's like the evil guy of this dreamland that he's in, and Excalibrate they call him in the film the good guy, the computer genius, and he has to be put to these like 6 or 7 different tests, to save himself and his girlfriend if they want to get back to the back on Earth, kind of thing. And it's him trying to do what he can to keep his girlfriend alive, and all he's equipped with is like his computers that he like weird computer program things that he has like strapped to his arms. So every time he goes against a challenger or whatever it is, like a weird beast, or like weird crazy metal musicians that he has to battle in this movie, like he has to like type in this computer and like shoot out lasers at these guys to take them out and things. It's really fun. It's really cheesy, but I absolutely loved it. And Eliminators here is kind of sort of like a Terminator ripoff, kind of movie. It came out back in 1986, and it's pretty much about this one guy. He's like a military guy. In the beginning of this film, you see him in his airplane, it crashes, and you think he's dead, kind of thing, until one day he wakes up and he's part man, part machine, and he's trying to find out who made him like this? Why these guys, put him in this whole get up and things, and not just let him die? And he's trying to find his creator, and it's his mission to do so, and all the craziness that ensues from there. It's a really fun flick, but out of the two that are on this Blu-ray here, I gotta say I like Dungeonmaster a lot more. It's a little bit more interesting, a little bit more corny and fun, in my opinion. But if you like fun not Transformers, but Terminator kind of rip-off sort of kind of movies, check out Eliminators. It was actually pretty entertaining. The decent picture quality on those. And this next one up right here, I don't think I've ever heard of before until I got this Blu-ray, and it's called Zombie High here. It's pretty much about this young girl, played by, what's her name again? Virginia Madsen. She's going to this college and things. This college is just pretty much known for having a lot of just males there, but now recently they're starting to let females into this college. And she's just trying to figure out her life and how it's going to go in college. But yet she starts to realize the people in this school, from the kids to the teachers, a lot of them are acting real strange, like zombie-like. You know what I mean? Like they're all dressed proper. Everyone's dressed in suits and real prim and proper-like. You know what I mean? Everyone raises their hand. Like it's all really kind of strange. Everyone there is acting really weird. But except for a couple of her roommates and a couple of people on campus that are not acting strange, until she starts to realize the people that she made friends with are starting to slowly turn into these weird zombie-like creatures. Not creatures, but zombie-like people on the campus. He's like, but these people had personality before. What's going on? It's pretty much her trying to get down to the bottom of what the hell's going on, and does this school that she's at now have a dark past? I thought this movie was kind of fun. It kind of has like a slow burn to it. Like not a lot going on in it, like the first half of the movie, and really kind of builds up to the end. And I thought it was okay. Not great or anything by any means, but it stars Virginia Madsen, and you also get a young Paul Feig here, playing like a really funny kind of like guy trying get with Virginia Madsen in the movie. Like, hey, would you like to go out with me, honey? And if you don't know who Paul Feig is, he's the guy that directed Unaccompanied Minors and what's it called, Bridesmaids, and he's doing the new the Ghostbusters movie with the all women cast, and he's in here. The one thing I know him most from is Freaks and Geeks, man. Like, I just love him in that show. And for you guys who don't know, Shout Factory is just announced that they're putting out their complete series of Freaks and Geeks on Blu-ray. Cannot wait for that to come out, man. It's one of my all-time favorite shows. I just love that one, man. There's not really a bunch of special features on it whatsoever, but the picture quality is pretty decent. And next up over here is a film I've heard of for years, and I think it's part of like a series of films called like the Black Emmanuel series. That's what I'm told from a friend of mine, but I'm not quite sure because I don't think I've ever seen those films before. But this is a movie called Women's Prison Massacre here on Blu-ray. It's pretty much about this a lady named Emmanuel. She's in this women's prison, and you're not really sure why she's in there, and if you do, it's probably from some other film. But like she's in this prison with these crazy women that are and the prison guards are kind of treating all the women like crap, and things like that. And it's just prison life and what these women are pretty much dealing with, but it focuses on this young woman named Emmanuel, and it's just her just trying to deal with these prison inmates giving her all this crap and treating her like shit, and the guards treating her like crap, until one day, these 3 or 4 males that are being transported, to different to their prison or something like that to their prison, and then when they get there, all hell breaks loose, and these guys go run rampant all over this prison and start going crazy, and you have to watch the movie to find out what Emmanuel does and what the women do of this prison, where these crazy inmate males are running around their female prison. I thought it was kind of cool, 70s grindhouse kind of style, like one of those ones I would totally see at like the New Beverly Cinema, like like a drive-in movie theater back in the day kind of thing. I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? Like I like grindhouse movies sometimes, and sometimes they can be really kind of boring. But this one was really kind of decent, and there's a lot of nudity in here too. If you like female nudity, this is the movie for you. And next up over here is a movie that was just really kind of fun. You know what I mean? Because I love movies like Christine and Duel and stuff like that. And if you guys like movies like that, you'll totally get a kick out of this. And this one stars James Brolin, and that is The Car here on Blu-ray. It's pretty much about this small town in the middle of like the desert, like nowhere kind of place. Until one day, this one car comes into town. You don't know who's driving it. You don't know what's wrong with it, but it runs down people. It's taking people out, little by little in this town. And the town sheriff, played by James Brolin, is trying to figure out who's in this car and why is this car terrorizing this small little town. You know what I mean? It's them trying to come down to the nitty gritty of it and trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Is it controlled by a human? Is this car being drove by the devil? Because someone said they didn't see anybody driving the car when it ran over this, vagrant guy, in the street the other day. So they don't really know what's going on, and it's them trying to get down to the bottom of it. I thought this movie was fun. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's in the same vein as Duel, and it has interviews on here by the director and some of the cast and crew, theatrical trailers, TV spots, and more. I forgot the girl's name in here, but the young girl from Escape to Witch Mountain is in here. You know what I mean? The young blonde girl that can like move stuff with her mind in Escape to Witch Mountain and those Disney flicks from the day. She's in here around that same time period. I'm like, oh, it's the girl from that movie. This is awesome. Okay, guys, next up over here from Universal is the film I really wanted to see because I really do enjoy the Despicable Me movies, and that is the 3D Blu-ray DVD digital copy combo pack of The Minions here on Blu-ray. I've been a big fan of the Despicable Me movies. I really like watching them with my nephew and things, especially with this one. And this was actually the origin story of how the Minions, became to be, and this follows them before they even met Groot for the first time. And it's them just trying to find an evil master so they can serve under. And it's them, having all these different faults and like finding different masters and them dying and them trying to find one that can actually stay alive, with them, until the Minions one day find out, from this family that's, driving down the road, that there's a evil, villain convention being held, and is all the 3 minions that are going out on this mission to, find out and find the evilest person in the world that they can serve under, and that person's played or voiced by Sandra Bullock as a Scarlet Overlord, and it's just the Minions trying to, prove to her that they're good servants and things like that. And I thought this movie was really kind of fun. It's not as as good as like the Despicable Me movies, because the Minions in here are in every single scene, and they're not in every single scene of the Despicable Me movies. And to me, you know, having the Minions in each scene with them just going blah, 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 you know, like not really speaking, you know, whole full sentences of English, you know, it got kind of tiring just a little bit. But I did enjoy it because I watched it with my nephew, and he just absolutely likes these movies. And to be honest with you guys, that's cut to this little clip I shot with Ethan. So Ethan, what do you think of the Minions? Do you like the Minions movie?
I did.
Yeah? So what is your review on this movie, buddy? Do you have a review of what you think of the new Minions 3D Blu-ray? Okay, thank you for your review, Ethan. You see, guys, even my little guy likes this film, The Minions, here on Blu-ray. And next up over here from Universal also is Roger Waters' The Wall here on Blu-ray. This is actually a concert film of Roger Waters and his band, and you know, a live concert film that he had came out in 2014. And this is like a little film that documented that. And if you guys don't know who Roger Waters is, he's one of the co-founders of one of the greatest bands in the world, you know, the Pink Floyd. And he started off as like their bassist and things like that, and you know, went on to be to write some of their lyrics back in the day. And this is just his, you know, his new concert film. And I thought it to be really kind of cool because he played some of the old Pink Floyd songs, you know, in this concert. And just like watching concert movies in HD, they just look really amazing. You know what I mean? Like one of the very first concert films I've ever seen on Blu-ray was called Woodstock. When that first came out, and that looks fantastic. And this one looks even better. But that's Roger Waters' The Wall here on Blu-ray. And next up over here from Anchor Bay is something I was really interested in seeing, because I really like watching The Walking Dead, especially when they come out on Blu-ray and things. And this is season 1 of Fear the Walking Dead. And I was like, what is this? Because I don't really watch The Walking Dead, or you know, that kind of, or TV shows in general when they go on television itself. I usually wait till DVD or Blu-ray. And I'm like, Fear the Walking Dead? What is this? You know what I mean? How does this go together with The Walking Dead? Whatsoever? But it's actually an origin story, or a prequel story to The Walking Dead, and how the virus started, and you know, and it just sort of follows this one family. I believe it's Los Angeles, right? When I was watching it, it felt like I was watching, you know, they were in Los Angeles or something. I'm just gonna say Los Angeles, and them, you know, figuring out what's wrong with the people in their town, and why are they acting all weird, and what's going on? Because they don't know it's a virus. They don't know these people are zombies. And this is them, you know, trying to figure out stuff. Because in The Walking Dead, you know, everyone knows, you know, what's happening and what's going on, that these people are zombies. If you get bit, you know, you're screwed kind of thing. But in this one, it starts off before, you know, when that virus started, and these people in this one have no idea, you know, what's about to happen, and what's down the pike for them. You know what I mean? And it just follows this family and their quest to figure out what the hell is going on. And of course, season 1 here features all 6 episodes of the season here. It's a really fun show, man. Like, if you guys have never seen The Walking Dead yet, watch this one first. You might, you know, it might go together a little bit better. And season 2 returns in 2016, I believe, like the fall or something like that of 2016. But it's a really fun show. Not as cool as The Walking Dead, but, you know, it's still fun nonetheless. And next up over here, and that is the Season's Greetings edition of Black Christmas here. You know, Bob Clark's classic slasher film from 1974. And this is the new edition here on Blu-ray. And if you guys don't know what this film is, it stars Olivia Hussey, Margot Kidder, and John Saxon, who you guys all know from like Enter the Dragon and Nightmare on Elm Street and things. And it's, you know, pretty much it follows the sorority house full of, you know, sorority girls, and they're being stalked by a crazy, demented killer. And, you know, they're getting phone calls, you know, all the time, with him calling, is going, you know, like, just like saying weirdest, nastiest shit you can imagine to these girls in this, you know, sorority house, and until they start getting picked off, you know, one by one, and it's them just trying to figure out what is going on here, you know, kind of thing, until they, you know, you have to watch the movie to find out how it all unfolds, and, you know, why is this person doing this and stuff, and who is the person that's doing this. And of course, it's just an all-around classic, and this is the film that inspired John Carpenter to make the movie Halloween. You know what I mean? This is the movie that he watched. He's like, damn it, I love it. I want to make a movie too. And he made Halloween a couple years later. You know what I mean? This is the film that inspired like Friday the 13th and Halloween and other stuff like that. And it's just an all-around classic. I believe this is one of the first films, horror films, that used the POV shot. You know what I mean? Of like the killer, like the way how the killer, with the, you know, seeing the view through the killer's eyes kind of thing. And this new edition here, the new Season's Greetings edition, you also get a new documentary film, which is like 45 minutes long, with some of the actors and crew members, you know, talking about their experience on the movie and how the movie has lasted as long as it has in the public eye. Like that, and also a 40th anniversary panel at Fan Expo 2014 with some of the select cast and crew members talking about the film, answering questions and things, and of course all the original special features from the original different editions of the film that came out back in the day. So really packed edition here. And if you're a fan of this slasher classic from 1974, definitely upgrade to this new Season's Greetings edition. You won't be disappointed. Very, very cool edition.
Hi, I'm back again just for one short review. You know me and my TV series, things that I like to watch. Well, I'm continuing to watch Under the Dome. It was not from a novel from Stephen King, and it's about a town called Chester's Mill that all of a sudden one day a big dome comes down and whoop, just engulfs the town. You know, no one can come in, no one can go out, and the first 2 seasons, you know, the people are concerned, oh my gosh, what happened? What did we do? We can't get out. How do we, you know, we can't blow it up. Nothing we do seems to get rid of this thing. And you find out through the course of the first couple seasons that way back when a young girl was left to die by her friends. And of course, some of these friends are the townspeople. So you start to get the behind-the-scenes story about, oh, wait a minute, so something's really going on here, and gee, what is this dome for? Well, by the end of season 2, of course, they thought they found a way out of the dome. So I was really looking forward to season 3, and I must say, yeah, I still like it, but I'm just a little confused. Because when the episode, well, I don't want to tell you the whole story, but when it first started off, it confused me really badly. So I'm still enjoying it though, and if you followed along with me, I would pick up season 3. It's just as good as the 1 and 2. All right, thanks. See you later.
Alright guys, and next up over here from Paramount is Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation here. This is also the 5th installment of the Mission Impossible franchise. I did an unboxing and review video of the complete set of all 5 films in my last video. If you guys want to see my full review of that set, check out the link in the description box or annotation here on the screen. But this film is just pretty much about Tom Cruise's character of Ethan Hunt, trying to figure out and take down the syndicate, because a lot of crazy things are happening, and he's on the mission to take out this syndicate, as like the CIA and different things are after him, trying to stop him from doing what he's doing, and all that kind of stuff, and all the craziness and spy stuff, goes on from there. I thought this film was a lot of fun. Comes with a commentary track by the director and Tom Cruise himself, talking about the film and their opinions and things, and of course behind the scenes special features up the yin yang, on this bad boy. Picture quality is absolutely amazing on that movie. But make sure you guys check out my review of the big set. And next up over here from Sony is a faith-based film from the creators of Fireproof and Courage, The War Room here on Blu-ray. It's pretty much about this young lady named Elizabeth. She has this family. She has a young 13-year-old daughter, but yet she's in this relationship with her husband that she's just really not happy with anymore. Their relationship is kind of going down the tubes. They're always fighting with one another, not getting along, whatsoever. And she's a realtor. He's like a guy that sells prescription drugs to different drug, hospitals and things. And she's just trying to figure out how she's going to get her life back, how she's going to get her husband back, because every time, he comes home, he's always pissed off about something. You know what I mean? She's just really unhappy with everything that's turning out in her life. Until one day she's at her job, going to this person's house, to look at it, to figure out how much she's going to sell this person's house for her job. And the lady's name that she meets her name is Clara. And she's really into God, believing in God, praying all the time, and things like that. And so she, finds out about Elizabeth's life and what struggle she's going through, and tries to help her and says, hey, all you need to do is to get some help and get your marriage back in order is prayer. That's going to set everything in the right path. And it's her striking up a relationship with this older lady named Clara, or Miss Clara, and them is having this relationship with one another and seeing how that relationship could or could not change their lives. You know what I mean? That's pretty much the synopsis of the movie. That's all I can really say without ruining anything. But I thought this movie was really kind of lovely, to be honest with you. I'm not really into faith-based films where like every 5 minutes they're talking about God and Jesus and you gotta do this, you gotta believe in that kind of thing, when they're kind of like jabbing you with it, like trying to shove it down your throat, the whole God thing. Like, it's cool. You guys can believe in whatever you want to believe in and stuff. You know what I mean? I believe there's a higher power out there, and things like that. But it was just a lovely movie. You know what I mean? Like the character of Clara in here, the actress in there, is just really, really great. You know what I mean? Like, I really thought she did a very good job. The lady that plays Elizabeth was really pretty solid in this film. It's just, I don't know, like, I kind of really enjoyed it. I was kind of in a really bad, mood the other day when I was watching this, and it kind of put me in a better frame of mind, to be honest with you. If you guys like faith-based films, talking about God and Jesus and how it can change your life, definitely check out The War Room. It was actually really kind of decent, to be honest. And next up over here, from Arrow Video, is a film called Recrescent. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Recrescent. It's pretty much about, this film opens up actually with this big war going on, and a whole bunch of Mexicans are being slaughtered. You know what I mean? This whole big family and, group of people are being murdered and just massacred. And there's one person that survives this big massacre, and it's this young boy, and he gets taken in by this traveling preacher and his family, taken in and taken away from all this bad situation that he's in, and he grows up to be a preacher, in the preacher family, and until one day his sister that he has from this family disappears and runs away from this from the situation that she's in, with this traveling preacher and things, to try to do something else with her life. And it's him just going out to try to find out where she is, to make sure that she's okay and safe and things, until he finds out that she's got mixed up with the wrong people, and these wrong people may have been the cause of this big massacre that killed all his family years and years ago. And it's pretty much him just trying to figure this out, and then figure out what he's going to do, if he's going to take out these people and how he's going to do it. Because it seems like every time he kills somebody, in this movie, he always says a prayer afterwards. You know what I mean? He's like, oh my God, please forgive me for killing this person, whatever. It was just a really kind of fun spaghetti western. I think it came out back in the 70s sometime. I don't quite remember, but this is the new edition from Arrow Video. It has a new 2K restoration of the film. It looks absolutely amazing. I thought it was fun. I don't watch a lot of western movies to begin with, and if one can hold my interest and keep me into it, I gotta give it points for that, man. It has a slew of special features on this bad boy here. So if you're a fan of the film or just love spaghetti westerns in general, you guys might like this one. It was actually a lot of fun. But this next one right up over here from Arrow Video was just a weird, strange movie, and it's called The Tenderness of Wolves here on Blu-ray. It's about this one crazy guy. He's like a murderer, crazy guy going around killing people in this small town. And the cops are always on him. You know what I mean? They think he's up to no good. And because he is. He's doing crazy stuff. He's taking these young boys, and killing them and selling their meat, their flesh, to these local markets in town, for money and things. And, people are actually eating these people's carcasses, in these restaurants and things. And it says him going out killing people and doing it over and over and over again. And it has this weird kind of vibe to it with him in infatuation with the young boys. You know what I mean? It was just a really weird movie. I couldn't get into it as much as the request can't here. But, if you guys love weird, like, I believe it's 70s also horror films or slasher kind of flicks, you guys might like this film, but it just really wasn't up my alley. But it does have a slew of special features on here, so if you guys know about this film, it does look nice on Blu-ray, but I just really couldn't get into it. But these next handful of films up, these last couple of films up here, are from Olive Films. I really do like this company. They're putting out a lot of like older movies that I really like, that, you know, finally on Blu-ray for the first time. And the first one up here stars Sigourney Weaver and Jennifer Love Hewitt, and that is The Heartbreakers here on Blu-ray. This is a film I've always kind of really liked. I don't think it's amazing or mind-blowing kind of movie, but I always like it because I love Jennifer Love Hewitt ever since, like, you know, Can't Hardly Wait and Party of Five and stuff. But because in this film, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sigourney Weaver are mother and daughter, and they're con artists. They go around getting married, going around to get married to different men, rich men, just to, you know, break up with them and, you know, take the rich guy's money for all they can, and, you know, move on to the next guy. In the middle of one of their scams, you know, they get caught and all their money gets taken away, and they're going, oh my God, what are we gonna do now? We did all this stuff, had all this money, now we have nothing, and it's them going out for one last scam. They're gonna try to find the richest guy they can to take him down and take all the money they can from this one guy played by Gene Hackman in here. And I thought this one was really kind of funny. Gene Hackman plays like a guy that's always smoking cigarettes and things like that. I don't know, I always kind of like this film. It looks beautiful on Blu-ray, and the cool thing is about this edition, guys, it comes with all the original special features from the DVD edition over on this Blu-ray, because sometimes all the films don't include all the special features. This one has all the special features from the original DVD release of Heartbreakers, but I like that film. It's a fun one. And next up over here stars Kathleen Turner and Dennis Quaid, and that is Undercover Blues here on Blu-ray. It's about this couple that are, you know, undercover agents and things. That's what they grew up doing, and they're just like really, really great at it. But now, you know, Kathleen Turner, the woman of the relationship, is having a baby now. They're trying to, like, you know, take a break, you know, from the spy game and all that stuff, and just try to live normal lives. But yet it's really hard for them to do so, because that's all they really know how to do. And it's pretty much about their dark past catching up with them, and them now having a kid and not wanting to be in the business anymore, but yet kind of sort of being thrown back into it. I thought it was kind of a cool movie. Not as great as I remembered it being, you know, to be honest, but the picture quality on this Blu-ray was actually pretty decent. So if you're a fan of the film and you want to know if it's worth upgrading from DVD to Blu-ray, it definitely is here, man. Definitely. And next up over here is a Bill Murray film, a lesser-known Bill Murray film. One of those films I don't really hear a lot of people talking about, but that is Larger Than Life here on Blu-ray. In this film, Bill Murray finds out at the beginning of this film that he had a father that was alive, and he's kind of really disappointed that he really couldn't get to know his dad, because when he was younger, his dad, you know, and his mother kind of broke up and went their separate ways. But at the beginning of this film, he finds out that his father died and left him something. You know what I mean? And he goes down to where his father passed away to maybe he, you know, find out what his father left him. Like, could it be money, millions of dollars? What could it be? And we come to find out that it's a big elephant. You know what I mean? And it's him just going, what? And being stuck with this elephant, trying to figure out what he's going to do with this, you know, elephant and things, and having to transport it across the country to bring him to the zoo or what have you, and the craziness that ensues from there. I think it's a pretty funny movie. Bill Murray is pretty funny in this. It's not one of his better flicks, you know, to be honest with you, but it's not completely horrible, you know. But that's Larger Than Life here on Blu-ray. It comes with a theatrical trailer on there, and the picture quality is pretty decent on that one. And this next movie up right here stars Harvey Keitel and Madonna, and it's a film I've never seen before until I saw this movie, and it's called Dangerous Game here on Blu-ray. It's pretty much like this film director guy who's out there making a film, and this is, you know, and it's a movie. It's sort of like a movie within a movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's this guy trying to make his movie, but then the actors in this movie are having this hard time in real life, you know, behind the scenes. But then the guy that's directing the movie, played by Harvey Keitel, is kind of putting their real life in the movie. So, like, I was getting kind of really confused on, you know, what was really going on, you know, in this whole movie, until it kind of sort of unfolds itself towards the end. And then I went, oh, okay, that's what this director was kind of doing, because it was really kind of a slow moving movie, and I was going, I don't understand what direction this thing is really trying to go to. Like, what's the message, you know, behind this movie? It was just really kind of all over the place, in my opinion. But Harvey Keitel is just an amazing actor. Madonna's okay, but it was just a kind of a messy movie, to be honest with you guys. But it looks alright on Blu-ray. But this next one up right here, the last one up for my update today, stars Billy Crystal and is Mr. Saturday Night here on Blu-ray, man. I've always loved Billy Crystal and his comedy and his whole stand-up routine and his movies. And this is one of my favorite ones. And it also stars David Paymer from Carpool in here. But in this movie, you know, Billy Crystal plays this comedian. He grows up. Oh, you know, in this movie, he grows up as this really funny kid. You know, telling jokes to his family in the living room with his brother. And so one day, you know, he breaks into the business by going out on stage to tell jokes and things like that. And it's him, you know, how he became, you know, kind of mediocre, famous, you know, in the limelight and things. And now that he's older, like in his 80s or 70s or whatever, and how he's not as famous as he thought he was, and now he's just trying to figure out what he's gonna do with his life, and you know why his career went the way it did. You know what I mean? Why didn't he make it really big, and why, you know, what happened, you know, to his career and things. I thought this movie was really kind of sad and funny at the same time. I think it's a really nice portrayal of a comedian's life. You know what I mean? Like how a comedian, you know, really is, you know, kind of thing. It's not it's not a documentary on the man or anything like that. It's a fiction thing directed by Mr. Crystal here. But if you're a fan of this movie, it has a feature-length commentary on here by Billy Crystal and a theatrical trailer. So if you're a fan of the film and you know what this movie is, definitely check it out. It looks really decent here on Blu-ray. I always really liked it. But guys, that's all I have to talk to you guys about today for this Blu-ray DVD update. Please give this video a thumbs up. Share it around on Facebook and Twitter with there's a little button down below of this video that says share. Click on that and it'll direct you from there to share it on Facebook and Twitter. Please do so for any of my videos if you guys like my stuff. And I'll see you guys all for my next video. Bye-bye.